Hello folks, this is Steve AB4L. Now you know that I follow the news in Israel. Because 50-something years ago I spent 4 years altogether in Israel. And as I was reading, now nothing in this episode is a promotion nor is it a recommendation. It might be the opposite. When I was looking at the latest news and this guy's name, I thought a long time ago that he actually had been captured by the Israelis and then he was swapped in a hostage exchange for some Israelis or something that were being held in Lebanon. And I was trying to research that, and now I want to get down to the funny thing I want to show you, the trail. And I thought the person who engineered that capture was Ehud Barak. Now he's still alive. Soldier, commander, head of the armed forces, prime minister, major politician, retired. I think he's come back into politics. Well, I thought he captured, and it was near where I was during the 73 war in Western Galilee, right on the Israel-Lebanon border. And so I was looking through the Wikipedia article. There's a lot of stuff about him because boy, has he done a lot in his life. But then I was reading this part, early life and family. Now, at the very beginning, born on a kibbutz, Barak is the eldest son of 4 sons. His grandparents were murdered in the Holocaust. Ehud Barak is an ancient Semitic root word that means lightning. We've had a president with that same name, only he didn't get it through Hebrew. Yeah, that word is exactly the same in Arabic and was the name of the horse that Muhammad rode on the night journey from Mecca to Al-Quds, Jerusalem, to meet Allah, to be confirmed as the final prophet, and then back, all in one night. That's why you would name your horse Lightning, because that's what Barak means. It means lightning. Ehud Barak, actually that name turned out to be very appropriate for him, was born on kibbutz Mishmar HaSharon in what was then mandatory Palestine. Well, I know where Mishmar HaSharon is. Why would I know? Because, among other things in Israel, I spent time on kibbutz HaOgen, which is across the road from Mishmar HaSharon. Let me show you. See, this begins the wandering that led to something that I want to show you. So this is the Wikipedia article. Mishmar HaSharon is a kibbutz in central Israel, located in the Sharon Plain, not Sharon Plain, Sharon Plain, It falls under the jurisdiction of the Heifer Valley, that's right, Regional Council. And in 2022, its population was 627. It says the community was founded in 1924 by 10 Russian immigrants who later were joined by immigrants from Poland. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Barak's grandparents that were murdered in the Holocaust were actually Lithuanian. But the border between what was Lithuania and what was Eastern Poland really moved quite a bit over a period of a couple hundred years. Which country a certain town is in, which country you would have to know the year to say what country. It could be Poland, it could be Lithuania. You understand. So I was on Haogen. Now, the thing I did was I wanted to refresh that I really was remembering where Mishmar HaSharon is. See, there's Netanya. So I clicked on the coordinates. And this is what Google gives you. And then, Google Maps, and then I clicked on the map. And it's carrying along the coordinates. You going to do anything? There we go. Now this is actually a satellite view messed up with a lot of names of places. And the one we're interested in is this red balloon. Isn't Google Maps just wonderful? This is what you're after, and they let it slide under that crap over there. Oh, I love Google Maps. The design is so brilliant. They keep asking me, are there any improvements that you could use, that we could do for you? And I just don't bother. Now, I said I was on Haogen. That's it right there. And I said that I knew that Mishmar HaSharon, see, here's the road coming out. I used to irrigate corn in this field right here. That Mishmar HaSharon was right across the road. Now, when I was on Haogen, I had a kibbutz family, and one of the folks in that family, a young man, was a algebra teacher, a mathematics teacher on kibbutz Ma'abarot High School. See Ma'abarot there? Now the thing about it is that it actually gives the name Ma'abarot and it shows it in Hebrew, and it shows it for Haogen, but there's no actual, here's the balloon, and that is where Mishmar HaSharon is, but it doesn't give the name. And then you have to look closer. The only way you can absolutely verify it, you see the balloon, but you don't see the name, is, now you see I'm too close and it took it away. This is a cemetery. And when you go back far enough, it says Mishmar HaSharon Cemetery. And that's the only labeling. Isn't Google Maps just incredible? I mean, now, I want to show, I said that Mishmar HaSharon was directly across the road. This is where Ehud Barak was born. Right across. See, I told you. Now let me show you the road junction. This shopping plaza, that wasn't there 50 years ago. That wasn't there. and this divider wasn't there, and this highway was only as wide as this side. And there was no traffic light or I wouldn't recognize it today. I wouldn't know how to get. Now back to the map. So I was puzzled why there's so many names like Haugen and Ma'abarot and Hadra'am and Kfarheim, but the balloon doesn't have the actual name of the kibbutz. So I thought, let's look on a different map. This is where the fun began. So I said, Google, take me to the Bing search engine. And let me put in Mishmar. Mishmar means guardian. The Sharon, Sharon Plain. Guardian of. Oh, I'll explain what that all means in a minute. Mishmar, Mishmarot, Mishmar HaEmek, that's guardian of the valley. Mishmar HaSharon, Israel, Kibbutz Mishmar HaSharon. And they point to the Wikipedia article and to a kibbutz organization and to something where it gets mentioned in a Times of Israel article. Get rid of that crap. So what I did was the search is for Mishmar HaSharon, so I did just like I did with Google. I said, show it to me on a map. And there it is. What do you think of that map? Now look over on the left. Kibbutz Mishmar HaSharon, department store in Mishmar HaSharon, Israel. It says it right there. And then it says Kibbutz Mishmar HaSharon, and then it gives the postal zone 40270000. And it's got a telephone number. You dial 972, that's the International Exchange for Israel, and then 898-3111. Okay? Okay? So they claim to know that it's in Israel. Okay? Okay? Now watch. Remember, this is Bing. Now, already, it doesn't look like that other map, does it? And, oh, I'm looking at this name here, and it kind of looks, the spelling kind of looks Greek. And I don't see any Hebrew on the map. And the other one was full of Hebrew. So let's see a little more. Oh, it's true that Mishmar HaSharon is only a couple of miles from the Mediterranean coast. But it's not on an island of Cyprus. Bing Maps has it on the island of Cyprus. Oh, I was criticizing Google Maps as being stupid? Whoa, you do recognize that this is Cyprus. You'd be able to tell just by... Now, you know that some of Cyprus is under the control of Turkey, right? You remember when that happened, don't you? You know, in around early 1972, when Archbishop Makarios had been just elected the president of, and the colonels in Greece didn't like that, and they pulled a coup, and then Makarios snuck into the British base there to get out undercover, with the British helping him get out, and the Turkish, who are right here, invaded. They wanted to interfere too, because there's a Turkish minority on the island. Oh, I'm so off the topic. Excuse me. We were talking about, right there, you can see it, Kibbutz Mishmar HaSharon. Now let me show you something funny. You know, if I want to know how to get to a certain place in like Raleigh from here, I can go to Google Maps and I can go and point to the place in Raleigh like a Hamfest thing, and then they'll say, where are you? And I'll tell them it's at this crossroad, and then they draw a couple of different routes that you could take to get there. Did you know that the big maps have that too? You see, it says directions. Directions from here. Okay, starting here, Kibbutz Mishmar HaSharon in western Cyprus, on an island in the eastern Mediterranean. We're going to try to, now what did I say was close to Mishmar HaSharon? It's only a few miles from it. Netanya. Netanya. And it knows it. Netanya, Central District, Israel. So I just put that in there, and it gives me how to get there. Don't you love it? Now I'm going to point out a thing or two. So they're saying that I would have to drive around the south side of the island and then up to the north, and there's probably a port there. And then I probably would take a ferry that would allow my car to go to a port in Turkey. And then I would drive through Turkey to, now you recognize the city of Aleppo, don't you? You know exactly where that is, right? That's in Syria. I don't know if that's where the Civil War is hot today or not, but yeah, then they say you would drive through northern Syria, and you would skirt around Lebanon, and you would take this main highway down here. See, there's Amman, Jordan. They're not making it easy for me to see Damascus. Where's Damascus? There's Aleppo. What the hell's the matter with... Damascus is an old city. I don't even see it here on the map. What kind of map is this? You know, when I was in Beirut, I went in a taxi this way through the Bekaa Valley to, oh, here's Rif, Damashq, Gouverneur. But I'm looking for Damascus, and it's the capital city of Syria, and they don't even have it on the map. I don't get this. Aleppo's in the north. Anyway, we would, oh, I love this map. It's incredible. Look at this. Let me show you, especially when we get down here. Oh, there's Damascus. If you went close enough, they'd actually show it to you. I've taken this road in a taxi. you should, you should, the car wouldn't pass inspection here. There was that much play in the wheels, front wheels, steering. So this is the Bekaa Valley, and I've been on this road to get to Damascus. And then I've been on this road, excuse me, to get to, not Amman, to get to Jerusalem. They don't make it easy to find Jerusalem. Oh, there it is. I'm confused now what the route was to get me down to, but anyway, look at what they're telling me to do today. It goes through Damascus and it heads along. Now, the map doesn't show it well, but these dotted lines here, that's for the Arabs, that's Syrian occupied territory that the Israelis grabbed as a consequence of the 1967 war and held on to in the 1973 war. I was here during the war, that area, 1973, and the Battle of the Valley of Tears was 20 miles to the east. Go look up Battle of the Valley of Tears. Anyway, they're going to go through Quneitra, and they're claiming that there's a crossing point across into Israeli-held territory, and then you can go down. Now, this descent, this road here, see, this is up about 1,000 feet compared to the Sea of Galilee, and this route right here, the Israelis bulldozed that road in 1967 to get up to the southern end of the Golan to attack the Syrians from that side. I'm just telling you what this is all about. And then you would go around the northern Sea of Galilee, and you would head north of, across the Jezreel Valley, remember Jezreel Valley, the battle with Devorah getting the Amorites or whoever they were? She was so smart, she lured those bastards into the Jezreel Valley during the rainy season of the winter. And they had these big war chariots, and when they charged, and she put her people up on a hilltop, easy to get up there and kill them all. And when those chariots thundered right across the valley, they sunk into the mud. And then the guys who were up on the hill ran down and cut their heads off. Because a chariot soldier doesn't know how to fight on 2 feet. He only knows how to run people down. Anyway, so then you get on the new coastal road, and you go down past Hadera, and you get down to, you see it there? And there, why did they do that? I didn't change my, oh! Look at the way the map works. I didn't change what I'm doing. They changed it on me. Now, I've told you people before that I know where I'm going. I want to go there. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it right there. Now, you notice that they still have me going to the West Bank Nablus. But let me show you a feature. I'm going to prove to you that I really know what I'm talking about. You know, I think that the Bing maps are just as much bullshit as the Google Maps. But I mean, they're trying to be helpful. But you see this city here, Tulkarm. This place right here, between Netanya and Tulkarm. See that line? When I was there, that's maybe 10 miles wide, the narrowest point of Israel. Anybody with guns, artillery up in Tulkarm could blast everything on the coastal plain. And when I was on Kibbutz Ha'ogen and I wanted to go into Netanya, I would go out and take a bus down to this here, Beit Lead, and I made a video about this. And then I would take the bus into Netanya. So I know where this is. And the interesting thing is I want to see where they think this road is. Maybe the screw up that they did is a good thing. So let me see if I can magnify it. And let's see if we can find Ha'ogen. This says Association Garden Hotel Hanoi. Hanoi? Okay, this is Ha'ogen right here. And it's called Water Buffalo Spring. Do you remember these? And then Mishmar HaSharon is, all right, Ma'abarot is here, but I noticed they're not labeling it. And this is, can I change the view? Hang on. I don't usually use this and I have no idea. Microsoft Bing, I'll kill this. Oh, you see what they did? They are as stupid as Google Maps. We're back on Cyprus. Remember when I made a comment if you kill that side panel? We're back on Cyprus. Ain't the maps incredible? Bing Maps, Google Maps, ain't they incredible? I'm wondering where they get those people to do the design and programming. I know they're not from my neighborhood. Steve A. y'all. Did you know that Kibbutz Mishmar HaSharon got moved out to Cyprus? Oh, one final thing. I was wondering if, you know, you have longitude and latitude specification. They don't give it there, but it's up here. You see it? And that's where that balloon is. And I was wondering, when I discovered this screw up, putting Kibbutz Mishmar HaSharon on the west coast of Cyprus, I was wondering if it might have been somebody just key punched in a wrong digit and it's at the correct latitude, it's at the correct latitude, it's just the longitude that's wrong. But to repeat what was going on before, no, if you make a straight line across here, you're in Syria. And Israel is down here. So it wasn't a question of getting either the longitude or the latitude. Both are wrong. Ain't Bing Maps great? Ain't Bing Search? Oh, wait a minute. Let's try something I didn't try before. Let's try something. Bing Maps. Just for the fun of it. I said, Ha'ogen is across. See, they know I'm in Ashboro. Sort of. Find places and landmarks on Bing's map. Now, they know about Netanya, but what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to go Ha'ogen. Let's see if they get it. Ha'ogen, Central District, Israel. Ha'ogen, Ashkelon. No, there isn't a Ha'ogen, Ashkelon. No, there's not a Ha'ogen, Herzliya, Tel Aviv. No. It's the Central District. Hang on. Let's find out where they landed us. It's in Israel. I can see the Hebrew. There's Lod Airport. Here's Lod. They're not even close. There's Rehovot. Now watch. We're going to go straight north, right? We're going to go straight north. It's south. They've got me south of Tel Aviv. They have no idea where Haugen is. There's Netanya, and there's Haugen, right there. You see the fish ponds right there on Route 4? There's Haugen. Bing Maps hasn't got a clue. They don't have a clue. Why don't I just take out this? See, bingo! If I take out that other misleading crap. There it is. How do I know? Instantly. How do I know? Not from the shape. You see where it says Water Buffalo Spring? Remember I pointed that out? Why would there be a Water Buffalo Spring? Oh, look at the name of the place. Water Buffalo Spring. But you see what it says right here? On the entrance road, Kibbutz Haugen. Isn't the maps incredible? These maps are just incredible. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa! It's on the entrance road. Here's the fish ponds. And it says up here, Israel's Central District, Emek Hefer Regional. That part is correct. Emek Hefer Regional Council. That's correct. And there's the kibbutz with the Water Buffalo Spring. Why would there be a Water Buffalo Spring there? Now, see, this is off the topic, but I'm going to give you a little history. Can you see that whole region? Can you see that whole region, like up here to Pardes Hanakarkur, and this whole, all this up here, all of this? When the Jews started to, under Herzl's ideas, come in the, after 1900, especially the time between 1900 and 1940, all of this that you're seeing here outside of the towns was a malarial swamp. Malarial swamp. Malarial swamp. I said it 3 times intentionally. Does that fit in with Water Buffalo Spring? What kind of animal do you think you would need to try to plow something in a malarial swamp area? Do you think horses would survive? How do you drain a swamp? It's easy. You plant tens of thousands of eucalyptus trees. See, I'm off the topic, but I love doing this stuff. I can't spell it quite. Eucalyptus tree. Eucalyptus tree, high transpiration rate. I'm proving I know what I'm talking about. National Institutes of Health. These is they compared to other trees in the country, eucalyptus contributes much more to drought through transpiration. What does that mean? The trees have their roots in the ground down into the water table. And they're sucking up so much of that water from the water table that your wells go dry or your swamp dries out. Eucalyptus contributes much more to drought through transpiration, 18 to 20 times higher than your average tree. Groundwater levels may drop by 20% if eucalyptus are permitted to grow around a freshwater reserve for around 10 years. And I told you that the central coastal plain of Israel was a malarial swamp all the way up to the north in the Jezreel Valley and further up. And the way the Jews figured out, settlers figured out, immigrants figured out how to get rid of most of that swamp was to plant so many eucalyptus trees you couldn't go anywhere without seeing them every 10 feet. Did you get that? Did you get that reasoning? Do you think they're allowed to grow eucalyptus trees? Do you think you could find I can't say it. Do you think you could find those trees in Israel today? They've all been cut down. Why? See, it's off the topic, but it's kind of, why? Because the Sea of Galilee, which is the source of irrigation and water for cities and towns, population has grown so much that now there's no worry about the swamps coming back. They just don't have enough water altogether, and you now have to cut all the eucalyptus trees down. See, I'm teaching you ecology. Anyway, at least finally they found where Haugen really is. You see it there? At least they found where Haugen is. And now if I change it and I say Mishmar, without kibbutz, Ha-Sharon, they found it. It's not on Cyprus anymore, because there's Haugen, and there it is labeled Mishmar HaSharon, but not the word kibbutz. I got it figured out. Hang on. Ah! I got it. It's a big database error. We're back on Cyprus. Did you follow what I did? If I use Mishmar HaSharon by itself, they know where it is. If I say kibbutz Mishmar HaSharon, and it is a kibbutz, or was a kibbutz, they put me on Cyprus. Don't you just love these search engines with all that AI? All right, enough, folks. I've had my fun. Steve AB4L saying see you at 73.